The music, is it playing out? Ladies and gentlemen, the ZOWHAT Morning Show is back in the building. It's been a week since our last topic. That topic was sick, too. Yeah. You know, people tend to like our religion-based and politics. You know, people be into that. Like, let me just be honest with you, man. I don't like talking about people's religion.
Nah, me neither.
Because I know that's the last shit they got
to hold on to.
I don't, you know, yeah. I don't be wanting to, like,
destroy their last bastion of hope.
Let me just say, man, I used to love it, though. I used to love it.
Man, stop it.
I used to love going into church and just saying, hey, what do you believe in?
Yep. Slicing and dicing.
You guys believe in things?
You believe in things?
You actually believe?
Let the Jehovah's Witnesses show up at the door.
Well, allow me to shed some light.
Come on in, brothers.
So, what morning show? This is how we get down.
Boom. Don't touch the dial. Don't change the channel.
If you and your deepest fears are in a loving but toxic relationship.
Talk X.
This is kind of cool.
Ah, that shit was fire. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and
you got a drop, huh?
The minister of the ZOWHAT Morning Show. I'd like to hear that little drop again.
Don't touch the dial. Don't change the channel.
If you and your deepest fears are in a loving but toxic relationship.
Talk X.
Oh man, I got a gang of them. I'll be playing them on the channel, man. Yes, I'm doing it. Timmy Tight Top. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the ZOWHAT Morning Show, the weekly show, kind of like an infotainment, current event, news magazine. What do we call this show?
Yeah. Tell the nigga shit.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's the dopest show on the network right now. Yeah, I mean, the numbers don't lie. You know. Mm-hmm. I mean, the numbers are here. The numbers kind of speak for themselves. Hey, no Jeff Brown today, but that's all right. We have an amazing topic.
Yeah.
Before I even get into the topic, you already know what the standard modus operandi is. We got to promote some businesses. One of those businesses is Total Package Energy. And I thought that because they had sold out, I mean, their warehouse was empty, I thought that I would be going through withdrawals.
And you are.
But what I have found is they gave me way more Total Package Energy than I thought I had.
So you scrounging?
I found 2 more cases.
You searching through shit?
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? My car is a mess. Mm-hmm. So once I got the car washed,
found some gold up in there.
And them fools was back there vacuuming. You feel me? They uncovered some stuff because they was moving stuff off the floor. It was 2 cases.
2 cases?
2 cases. I feel really good about it.
You seem to feel really good about it.
Total Package Energy. You underdig? The greatest energy shot in the world. Don't play yourself. Go to TotalPackageEnergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Somebody said, what do they taste like? They taste better than 5 Hour Energy.
Yeah, they do.
They taste better than Monster.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this again. The best energy drink I've ever had is by far the ghettoest.
Which is
Pit Bull.
Pitbull.
Do you know the dude from Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is responsible for Pit Bull energy drink?
Do they still sell it?
I don't know if they still sell it. This shit tastes like Kool-Aid, boy.
But did it work?
You know what niggas like?
I don't know if it worked or not, but it tastes like Kool-Aid.
Drink it with your chicken.
But drink it. Wow. Drink it with your chicken.
So I guess an after dinner drink.
Damn. But let me just tell you, Total Package Energy is amazing. It actually works. You in the dig? I tell people, don't drink this stuff after 3 p.m. You drink it after 3 p.m., yeah.
Hey, you gonna be up.
You gonna be up for real. You might as well have some shit planned. You know, better have something cracking. I kind of want to reveal this, but I'm not going to reveal it until next week. Something really major is about to go down with your boy Zoe. But I'm going to wait until next week to really just lay it flat.
So why you gonna tickle niggas?
I don't know if my hands ain't on nobody.
Why you tickling niggas? You know, you kept that to yourself.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And then also in the building, we know him as 10,000 push-ups. A legend among fit dudes. 10,000 push-ups, a.k.a. Timmy Tight.
My top is actually a little bit bigger today, by the way.
Everybody in the hood knows who he is. TTT, Timmy Tight. Triple T in the building. Founder and creator of Weed Juice.
Thank you.
Talk to us about it, Triple T.
Well, today is Detox Monday, you know. So it's always good to detox your body. You want to detox your body from smoke, the environment, your food. There's certain things that juices provide that helps you detox your body from. So the detox special that we have is always available for everybody. So it's always important to, you know, you have allergic reactions from smoke, you have stuff from pollution. You want to watch out for that. And you got, you know, even high fructose corn syrup and stuff has a lot of toxins to it. So you always want to have the right vegetables to help you cleanse all these properties. So
on a molecular level.
On a molecular level.
I heard that was a big old topic for a whole day. So
the molecular level.
I'm just saying.
I'm not even talking about it on a molecular level today.
You said it.
But on a molecular level, yes, you have to keep your body right.
You still fuck that up.
Well,
okay, the juice
anyway,
helps.
The juice helps, basically.
Okay.
So you want to get rid of your toxins out of your body. So the detox is always, that 6-pack is always available for everybody. That's a special for today. So go into our website, click onto detox, order the 6-pack anything. And so make sure you apply the ZOWHAT code to get 20% off. And I appreciate
dope.
it. Yeah, 20% off all day, every day.
And I hear people be like, I don't want to spend so much money.
It's not even a lot of money.
Just get the juice.
Listen, the money is not that important. It's your health that's important. You know,
most people
the money not that important.
But either you spend the money now to help yourself, or you spend it later when you go to the doctor. And you're gonna be spending more money when you go to the doctor.
Preventative medicine.
It's always, and so healthcare is about preventative, not when you're sick.
You don't like speaking in the microphone after all these years? I mean, it's fine.
You can
on a molecular level, they can hear you.
Listen. Yes. Damn, you guys are always funny, huh?
Nigga, nigga, come on. Respect, nigga. The hell you coming in here expecting?
This weedjuice.com. Go there, visit our site. Please order your 6-packs today.
I don't. Weed Juice, OUIJUICE.com. Weedjuice.com. Our special guest in the building today is a homeboy of mine. His name is TJ.
Uh-oh.
He has a book. I want him to describe his book to you guys. As a matter of fact, he can pick that book up and show it to people.
Yeah, right in the camera.
You know, so people can see it. Okay, give it to me.
Like, where you at?
Y'all got that stealth stuff going on.
Man, he fucking around. Here we go. Introduce yourself to the audience, man. They listening, man. Check them out.
I'm Thomas T.J. Lofton. I got a book out called Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership. I've traveled around the nation. I've been in about 12 plus states in the last 7 months, following the gentrification and following what are people doing with the money they're receiving for these gentrified homes. How are people moving us around?
Wow.
I wrote about it.
And it's a workbook, too.
Absolutely.
How to take advantage of the gentrification process. In other words, getting in on what the white folk getting in on while they moving you out.
Right.
You could find a way to stay there.
No, really.
Right.
Oh, this is dope.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at him. Somebody better do it. Somebody in the chat room said, hey, TJ, what up?
What's going on, family? How you doing?
This is T. Walker in the chat room, man.
Okay, what's up, T. Walker in the house?
All right, there it
Thanks for
is.
signing in.
So look,
Appreciate it, bro.
that's the end of the community empowerment, other than, you know, supporting my shit. But, you know, I have more than enough time to mention that.
You forgot somebody.
No, I do this every week.
Yes.
You did it on purpose. I know.
I do it every week.
You do it on purpose every
Okay,
week.
come on, Kev. Your turn, man.
You get the bullshit every week. No,
Come on, Kev. Damn it.
Yeah, get over to bossbabytrump.com and get that Kaepernick Bend the Knee shirt and the LeBron Schools the Don shirt. It's a 20% discount. Just type in BBT20 and get that 20%. Also, get to realnoggers.com. I got new shirts in there. Fuck You Say Naga shirts. Hook that up. And the Melanin book, excuse me, the great book of Melanin Research. This is what they've been doing to you for 114 years, or the research they've been doing on you for 114 years. Just get over to YouTube, Real Noggins, and hit one up. I can give you the digital copy, $49. If you want the hard copy, it's $199, and I'll send it out to you tomorrow.
All right, here we go. The ZOWHAT Morning Show. Somewhat of a news magazine where we tell the truth. At least they've been allowing us to tell the truth, but I only say they've been allowing us because, I mean,
I know.
can we just keep it real?
I know.
Dash Radio just got broke off a gang of bread from investors. Mm-hmm. Like $8.8 million.
What?
Right.
And whenever money come in, so does agenda.
Yep.
So don't ever get that twisted.
Yeah, you can-
Like, who are these niggas talking?
Who are these niggas?
I would have gave you more, but
Nah, it ain't even I would have gave
niggas?
more.
Nah.
It's I've given this
Right.
amount. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
that. Don't ever get it twisted. Well, that's why we had to do today's topic.
Maybe they gave him the money because.
No. No. Sorry. Some of the shit we're saying in this motherfucker. Come on. So that's why I had to do today's topic. Because what I found, and I found it in my uncles, in my friends, family members, just everybody who is doing well, quote unquote, as a black man. Doing well simply means just having a job or a career or a position of you know, a position of power or something, right?
Right.
What I find in all those type of men is capitulation.
Bend the knee.
It's some old, better shut your mouth for you. It's some, so today's topic, shut your mouth and entertain, boy. I'm sorry. It's a real topic. The age of thought crimes. A more in-depth look at the limits of free speech for black men. See, let's just be honest. Is the threat of keeping it real and speaking on the truth, is the threat of you being killed as a black man gone for speaking the truth and keeping it real? I just need to know. Is that threat gone? Now, a lot of people want to act like it is gone. You in the dig? A lot of people act like, oh, nigga, we can say what we need to say. But if you notice, everybody who said what they needed to say when it was at its most dangerous to do so got killed.
Brother Malcolm and Martin Luther and all.
And many others.
Many others, yeah.
And many others.
Shout out to Fred Hampton.
Right? Nowadays, it looks like the people that look like they stand for something or speaking for something get co-opted back into the matrix like Neo. Kaepernick. I'm just saying. I know people might. We have to ask the tough questions if we want to engage in the dialogue. It's like when people win in our community, it's a sin to ask questions about how they got there.
Right. Leave that nigga alone. He doing good.
That nigga need all right.
Leave him alone. He gonna fuck it up for all of us.
You better not ever say nothing bad about him.
Damn, get your ass over there.
Do you get what I'm saying? I remember, like I said, I got uncles who are boomers. I remember, boy, you better shut up. Fuck, don't go in there talking all willy-nilly.
Shut your ass up.
That was part of the job interview. What about the CDC doctor who came out and spoke on the flu shot? Let's where this nigga at? He was found in a river.
Yep.
What about, there's a lot of sisters. There's another sister, a female doctor who was a sister, a holistic doctor that spoke on the ills of big pharma. Bye-bye.
Oh, word? She got smoked?
Bye-bye.
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 Shit.
Wow.
So, when I see people trying to advise about shit, now we had the motherfucking show about voting.
Right.
Kev, our resident wordsmith, the master of the thesaurus,
Of the thesaurus.
of the thesaurus, and all of the deeper meanings of the words behind the words we use. I'm just saying. Kev told us that the word vote meant wish.
Wish upon a star. That's all it means.
From its etymological root.
Wow.
When you cast a vote, you cast a wish. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm tying all of this shit together, right, before we jump into it, right? So I'm just basically saying, shut your mouth and entertain, boy. There was a journalist who told LeBron James, shut the fuck up and dribble.
Laura Ingram.
Yeah.
Now, she's no more different than Megyn Kelly.
No. She's a little worse though.
No, what I mean by no, she ain't worse.
She's crazy.
She's the same. And what I mean by that is white people comfortable as fuck speaking their truth in their society. And uncomfortable as fuck with you speaking your truth in their society. Now, you can say all day in America, this your society, because you helped build it as a slave. That's like a car saying, nigga, this my house. Because you parked me in the garage. Oh my gosh, that's the truth. I'm sorry.
Oh, these my groceries because I drove them home. My groceries, nigga.
I'm sorry. It's just... Shut up and entertain. I have questions. Can black men speak out against injustice without being targeted by the system for doing so? I know it sounds pretty stupid and redundant, but hell no. Okay,
To
cool.
the motherfucking no.
Let's move on. Is there there's such a thing as intellectual or ideological blackface. Now understand something about blackface. Later, black actors donned blackface and created a living out of it. It wasn't just the Al Jolsons of the world. There was some black people in there who also put on blackface. Ideological or intellectual blackface means it means proselytizing and promoting the status quo of the unjust system because they paid you. That's intellectual blackface.
Shucking, jiving, and cooning.
Listen here now. Massa don't mean no harm. It's just God made it this way for us to.
Sam Jackson from
exactly.
That whatever Django.
Exactly. Or Margaret Sanger. Hey, I think the Negro is a societal weed that must be pruned. The societal weed. I need. What's the name of that weed killer that be getting niggas cancer?
Roundup.
I need Roundup for the niggas. We'll call Roundup Planned Parenthood. And what we'll do is we'll enlist the black godman of the community of weeds.
This is Roundup niggas.
So again, intellectual blackface. Holding up this bullshit. You get what I'm saying? The negative beliefs of the society that you've been oppressed by.
Yep. America's great.
And I really have a heavy question here. And then I'm gonna throw it to the panel. I think I framed this up. This is a bonus question. Can white people truly understand the black experience? The reason why I ask this question is because whenever a racist white person says something racist, they try to fall back on, I didn't know. I didn't know that playing pretend nigger in the mirror was racist.
Pretend nigger.
But this was Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly said, unless, you know, if you're dressing up as blackface and if it's just a, you know, you're just playing with dolls, I guess. I didn't know it was racist. Yes, you did. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, can black people start standing up? Did we hear from, I'm just asking, did we hear from, I don't like naming names, but it's a lot of black people in the community, in the media community, in the sports media community. It's a lot of black people that should be way more pissed off than they actually are. And they should be standing up going against it right now. Shut your mouth and entertain, boy, is our topic tonight. A more in-depth look at the limits of free speech of black people. You can't speak on it. And if you do, that's your gig. Kev, have you ever experienced this in the workplace? Somebody ever say, hey, nigga, watch your mouth? Yeah.
No, not really. I haven't worked with anybody in over 20 years, so. But when I did, I worked for a real estate developer who used to go off on his Mexican workers all the time. And I used to tell the Mexican workers, why don't you say anything? See, but I don't think they had green cards, so they were trying to keep it low. But one day I opened the office late. And just literally like only 3 minutes late though. But when the phone was ringing, I was supposed to answer the phone every time at 9 o'clock. I got there at 9:03 because the bus was late. As soon as I answered the phone, Kevin, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Your office is supposed to be open. What the fuck? You know you're supposed to be fucking in. So let him get all that shit off. Didn't say nothing. This motherfucker came back to the office. I put him to the office. I said, don't you ever talk to me like that again. I looked right in the motherfucker's face. Don't you ever talk to me like that again. We're grown. I said, we're grown men. I said, I'm an educated man. You don't need to talk to me like that. So don't ever fix him. I'm not Moises. I'm not the rest of these people around here. You don't ever talk to me like that again. Motherfucker said nothing else. To the point where I was working on my resume in the office. He saw me. He said, what you doing? I said, I'm working on my resume. He said, oh, okay. So that yeah, that has happened, but I checked it immediately.
Right.
Before, so it didn't get out of hand. So, to me, when that does happen, you got to stand up for yourself. Otherwise,
you got to say something.
You got to say something.
I want to hear from those who have been belittled by their bosses, by the boss man who cuts their check. And I want to know if you either reached in your pants and felt for what was left of your nuts, or if your nuts dropped in that moment and you stood up for yourself. The number to dial is 323-230-4445. My homeboy TJ Lofton is in the building. TJ.
What's going on, Zo?
Talk to me, man. We're living in a politically correct world right now where you have to be careful of what you say. Now, black men have always had to be careful of what they say, especially as it pertains to the workforce. You don't want to piss off Massa, the man who cut your check, right? Now, everything is PC. So I'm coming to you and saying, what kind of added pressure does that put on the shoulders of black people in the workplace? And how should they remedy that?
Well, I'm coming from a different perspective. I'm coming in, like the brother here, been in business for over 25 years. So I never had that problem for years. But when back in the days when I was running my business, my suppliers that was supplying me would, you're growing a little too fast. You shouldn't be selling that much. Matter of fact, we're going to undercut you and move back your jobber price and raise it up to where you can't make any money anymore. So I vowed that day, I said, I'm going to figure this manufacturing thing out. I'm going to make my own products and buy everything is going to come from me somehow, some way. So I started moving to do that. But yes, I remember being in a situation where it was like, okay, if I say something, they're no longer going to sell it to me anymore. I didn't like that feeling. I felt like I was less than a man. So I said, we're going to fix this problem. I'm a solutionist.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
You got to fix that.
Well, TTT, Timmy Tight Top,
Triple
T is in the building. He's an entrepreneur. I know you had to become an entrepreneur not only by necessity, but I know what kind of family you from, dog. I know you're not going to deal with nobody talking no recklessness. I already know.
It's not really about recklessness. It's about people trying to control your lives. I don't like anybody trying to control where I can go, how much money I can make, if they're going to fire me, whatever. I don't like none of that stuff. So that's why I decided to be a trainer. That's why I started with my juice company.
Yeah. You're not a slave.
But within that, just recently, when I went to Russia, I had this company that I was making juices for. I was making at least about 135 juices for them a month. And they making money, I'm making money. They just recently decided they didn't want to carry my brand, even though I sell more than the other brand they had. Okay,
right, that part.
And I'm looking at it like, okay, and the dude stopped it just because I had a dude come in and deliver juices to him that didn't look the way he wanted him to look. So he's like, oh, Hassan, who do you have bringing these juices? And I'm like, oh, just friends and stuff like that. Obi went in there and brought juices.
Yeah.
Dude didn't like the way he looked. And so he decided to not have juices from me anymore based on the way the dude looked. And I'm thinking, I'm talking to him like, what's the problem? Oh, he just made up some bullshit. I said, well, you didn't like the way the dude looked? He's like, oh, no, it's not about that. It's not about that. I'm just thinking like, all right, okay, cool. And I'm just trying to, you know how you're trying to be nice to people and stuff. Because if people don't want me, I decide to like, fuck you guys then. That's how I am.
Right.
I ain't kissing nobody's ass. I ain't doing none of that stuff. So I was trying to get in, like, oh, you want some juices? Because he said he'd call me back. He'd text me to let me know when he want more juice and stuff. He hadn't text me at all. But he was making money. I'm just trying to figure out, if we're making money together, then why stop making juices for you?
So you think he was racist?
Yeah.
Why is he dealing with you if he's racist though, in the first place?
So okay, if he didn't have a problem with it, then why he stopped making the juices? Why did I have to stop with the juices just based on somebody's appearance that he just brought juices?
So wait, let me be clear.
For excuse.
When he was buying the juices, he had never.
I was going in there.
Oh, you were going in there.
I was going there doing all the stuff.
All right.
So he didn't have a problem with me, but he just had a problem with somebody else. You know.
Huh. Well,
maybe that wasn't racist though. That was more of a a rapport type of thing.
No, because even then I brought in. Once I came back, I told him what was going on, and I came back and brought juices in. And then that's when he's like, "Oh no,
I'm
like,
okay.
Good. Yeah.
but see, we even brought up this argument as it pertains to certain, NBA players. Now, LeBron has since changed, right? Before, the question was, you had Donald Sterling, and Donald Sterling was like, these niggers,
Right.
I've given these niggers their lifestyle. If it wasn't for me, nigger, you wouldn't be a millionaire. You wouldn't have the life you live, right? And the question was, how are the NBA players going to respond? How are they going to stand up?
Mm-hmm.
And so this takes us back to our topic, shut up and entertain, boy. You're not here to talk about shit. And if you notice, moving forward to Kaepernick, now they're trying to divorce those platforms, NFL, NBA, MLB, from being political. You're not here to represent a cause. Now, back in the day,
They can do breast cancer though.
yeah, there's a cause, right?
Yeah.
So, but back in the day, whatever was happening in our community, we used the platform that we achieved, that we earned.
Right.
Lou Alcindor.
Yep. And all of them did was back in the 60s.
You understand?
They was riding.
They used their platform for
Muhammad
that.
Ali. It was
Right.
riding.
So now we come to today. People say, well, LeBron is doing it. Gosh.
One damn thing I'd like that nigga for.
No, hey, and listen, no disrespect, man. No disrespect. You do what you're capable of doing. You do what is in your consciousness. You can't do more than what's in your consciousness.
That's right. That's
So
true.
if LeBron's consciousness is doing business with a gang of white folk and cutting deals with white folk, even when he tries to help the community, white folk gonna have fingerprints
all up in
on
it.
his solution.
Dude.
So you had some people bring up the fact, well, he did the school. Dope. But what kind of school is it?
Public school, really.
So then, I mean, because look, Montessori's, charters, and all different types of schools,
Yeah.
private,
Yeah.
all different types of schools. Would it be too much of a statement to where somebody would come to you behind closed doors and say, shut your mouth and entertain, boy? If LeBron would have said, I'm not doing a school through the school district, through Cleveland or wherever, Akron.
Right.
I'm putting my own money to build a school specifically
Yep.
for people like me. Because here's the other thing. Them Jewish schools be good to the motherfucker, boy.
Man.
Yes.
And it's hard to get into the motherfucker.
And I love them Jewish schools because you know what else they got in the Jewish schools? Not only high-level curriculum, you know what else they got in the Jewish schools?
Multiple languages.
Culture. No. You're coming here to learn about Passover.
Right.
About Hanukkah. You're coming here to learn this culture.
Right.
What happens if LeBron does a school like that?
Right. No
The
shoe
white
sales.
people that fuck with him would be like, shut your mouth, nigga. So again, now you got people doing things in the name of standing up,
but not really.
but it's not really.
But
it's
not
like
really.
it's like diet. It's like diet standing up. I'm a diet speak out. That was wrong, and we need to do better. Because we all together as a people. Kumbaya, my Lord.
LeBron, that school that LeBron gave $2 million, the city gave $8 million. So, you know what I'm saying? If you you don't want to, and then he has all the money he could have paid for the school himself.
Himself.
$10 million. I'm sure he pays that. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Okay, so
Right.
so let's take that point and go here. Michael Jackson was more of a G than LeBron.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Prince.
No doubt. And Prince. Yep.
And Prince.
Yep,
Both
and
them
Prince.
motherfuckers was G's.
Yep.
They still doing stuff.
Can I
today for him.
code?
See, let me just say this. Can I just let me just look at this real quick. Michael Jackson goes to his white friends. Hey, George Lucas, I want you to direct a movie of ancient black civilization called Remember the Time. Nigga, I know you got vitiligo, but you ain't white. Get your bitch ass out here. Right? He goes to Steven Spielberg. I want you to direct a film called Remember the Time when black people ruled Egypt.
Right.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Now, he winds up going to Singleton.
Right.
Singleton.
He hooked it up.
He hooked it up. This ain't the first time Mike had to do some gangster shit. In 82, 83, he's filming the Thriller video. Now, back then, videos was some bullshit.
Yep.
It was just colored frames and sepia. It was bullshit, right? Mike says, look, I got a budget of $1 million or something crazy in the 80s.
Yeah, especially for video.
For the 80s?
That
Yeah.
was a lot of money.
I got a budget of $1 million, my nigga, for this one.
John
It's
Landis.
a movie. It's a horror film. You don't get your lightweight ass. But Mike, you know what Mike did? Mike said, well, fuck y'all. I got the $1 million. I'm going to pay the $1 million myself. Because back then, the labels normally paid
Right.
for. He said, no.
I'm good.
I got the $1 million. He put the $1 million down and he told him, so you do know I own the rights to this forever.
Bitch ass niggas.
That's the gangster shit.
Gangster, for real.
So
Ownership.
now juxtapose Mike with a video and LeBron with a school. The same principle of I own the brick and mortar. I own everything. I'm going to oversee everything. Curriculum. This shit going to be some other shit. Remember the school here in L.A.?
Marcus Garvey School.
Marcus Garvey School
yeah.
was turning out little
That was gangster.
giant geniuses to where
Yep.
why is the FBI fucking with them?
Yep. Where the fourth graders would battle Beverly Hills seventh graders and eighth graders and kill them academically.
So
Anya
is
Palmer.
this me hating on LeBron? No, I'm saying doing safe shit is just like sitting down and pissing at the same time for a man.
You never sit to piss.
Muslim people sit and piss. You know that, right?
No, they do.
I'm asking the question to the panel. In order to be a successful black man in America, do your nuts have to hit the toilet water while you're pissing?
I knew you was going to say that.
I need to know that.
I knew you was going to say that.
Do you have to submerge your nuts in toilet water? I need to know.
Do your nuts got to go scuba diving?
I need to know.
Yeah, well, today, yeah. I mean, Mike was in a time, and this is probably what LeBron's would be part of LeBron's argument, and he didn't have to deal with social media. And so, where shit can spread about you, and you're literally...
Damn show had the Inquirer.
Yes.
They was on that motherfuckers. First off, nigga, Wacko Jacko came from the Inquirer.
Yes.
That nigga's ass, man.
Dude, yeah, but you're talking about one publication to whereas now social media is dude, you're talking about billions of people are the papers today.
I'm just saying.
One thing wrong, this shit is out there to a billion motherfuckers in 5 minutes.
I'm just saying. You can't
Mike didn't have it like that.
But what I'm saying is you can't use one to discount the other. At the end of the day, Mike was at such a level of celebrity, global celebrity, that you can't say, oh, well, because he didn't have social media, he wasn't saturated throughout the world. No, the nigga was.
Mike was saturated throughout the world, but you talk at Thriller, dude, he still hadn't reached to the top of where he was. Dude, social media today, dude. But Facebook got 2 billion people just on that.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Snapchat got 50 million people. Or 500 million people. Excuse me, 500 million people.
I'm fine with that. What I'm saying is, for his time, you had never seen a nigga that globally recognized.
No, you didn't, but
there was no... Listen, let's look at it another way. Let's flip it another way just to give you this point. Michael Jackson does 7 nights in the UK, in London. There's no social media.
Right.
The motherfucker do 7 nights in a row. He was the first motherfucker to sell out Wembley Stadium 7 nights in a row. And the max crowd is what, 70, 80,000? So that's 80,000 motherfuckers a night for a week straight.
What?
Right.
With no social media. With no Facebook, with no Twitter, no Instagram.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
So I'm just saying, at that time...
But we're talking about his gangster against the system. And so right now, you're talking about LeBron being gangster against the system. Why isn't he as going all out as Mike did? And I'm saying because social media that nigga's gangster against the system would be everywhere in 2 seconds. Mike wasn't like that. No, you didn't hear about Mike's going gangster until later on.
Okay, no.
Dude, you didn't hear about him going gangster like that until later on. So let's just start filtering.
TJ, get in
What you mean you sorry? When did you hear about that?
I've been knowing about this shit for years.
You didn't hear about it when he did it?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna take the
nigga.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the whole,
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna take the whole LeBron thing in a different direction and say, I'm looking at these cats pushing college. LeBron came in and endorsed college. That's what he said. I'm starting my school, and we're gonna make sure everybody goes to college. So that's pushing people into the system. Now, gangster would have been if he said, we're going to start this school and start teaching people about law.
Yes.
That's gangster shit.
That's super gangster.
We're going to start this school and teach them about entrepreneurship, and everybody who graduates gets a $5,000 grant startup for their business.
I agree.
We would be like, LeBron,
I agree.
What happened?
Add on to that. Add on to that, please. Say more.
So I'm looking at this. The education system is gobbling people up because it's straight up. We got to say it like this. Education without a job is worthless. Meaning a degree without a job is kind of worthless. Am I lying? Because you can't go get hired with that degree. And we got people out here homeless with degrees on Skid Row. We got a new functional homeless going on now. Go sleep on the tent in the Skid Row. Get up in the morning, go to 24-hour fitness.
Exactly, you're right.
Take a bath, drop the kids off at school, and go to work.
Right.
With a degree. So LeBron saying, we're going to send everybody to college. But have you ever noticed that when people talk about college, it ends at college? My son's in Morehouse. My daughter's at Harvard. Okay, well, what does she do now? Is she working?
Well, let me just ease in here real quick. Go ahead. Because you're making a great point, and I want to come back to you. Your son's at Harvard. Something might happen for him afterwards.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Because we got to remember, classism is a part of the whole situation. Listen, your son at Harvard?
Yeah, Ivy League? Oh, yeah.
Your son at Yale?
Yep.
I know a girl who's Ivy League right now. She grew up in the hood, but Ivy League, went to Penn, and she can get any job she wants. She's bombarded with offers every day. I mean, major offers. So when you Ivy League, you kind of you gotta get in there.
You also got to remember what this whole college thing is about. My uncle told me this shit years ago. College ain't really about education.
No.
College is about relationships.
Yep, connections,
That
resources.
That part.
Nigga, if you go to the West Coast Harvard, which is Stanford, you go to Stanford, and you play on the football or the basketball team, and you black. Can I just, you know what's going to happen? You may or may not make it to the league. Probably not. But all them white kids that was there rooting for you are going to be in high places.
Yep.
Okay,
know
I
who
agree
you
with
are.
that. Right.
Your roommate might be a judge.
Yep.
Be like, oh shit, nigga. How can I help you, man? Man, I just ran into a little trouble, you know.
Right.
No, you're right.
And he's a judge. I got you.
Right.
It's relationships.
You're
I
right.
agree with that.
It don't even have to be that big. Josh Rosen, who was the quarterback for UCLA, his grandfather started the Wharton Business School, Wharton School of Business. So, dude, so you know anybody who know him, they got that connection.
Wow.
It's about the resources.
But
He's also white.
this just comes back to my point about standing up and saying something when everything is on the line. Do we give Colin Kaepernick credit for that?
We're standing up when everything's on the line. Oh, absolutely.
Standing up for everything's on the
absolutely.
line, right?
Yep.
But was everything on the line?
Was it not?
I'm asking y'all. The number to dial is 323-230-4445. That's 323-230-4445.
We didn't know about the Nike contract, though.
Was
Right.
everything
His job.
on the line?
Ongoing.
Was everything on the line? The easiest way to tell that you're being bamboozled is when both sides of a conflict is funded by one motherfucker. That's the easiest way to know if you being bamboozled.
That's true.
But niggas don't even.
Do you think the Colin Kaepernick thing is consciously put out there? Colin Kaepernick this whole thing was on purpose?
Yeah.
Since
That makes sense.
when?
That makes sense.
Since when? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, are we conspiracy theorists or no?
Say more.
Since when?
Say more.
Since when does a government actually allow motherfuckers to think for themselves? Okay, so let me just go deeper. Can we say yes or no? Yes or no, right? Is education about the endless exploration of an internal source of knowledge, or is it about indoctrination?
Indoctrination.
Okay, cool. All right. Can we say that the American educational system is? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
for sure.
So we agree on that. Okay. Can we say really intellectually free black men are free to speak in America without threat of murder?
Hell no.
Not really.
I'm just asking, just in general.
Not really.
Like when you really start talking and you really start galvanizing a movement.
Like Fred Hampton talking.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. See, because certain things are allowed to be said because the powers that be understand, like, oh, you've got it all wrong. That's fine. We'll allow this farter to go on. But hit some shit on the nose.
Well, I think it's the popularity of what you say. If you speaking some shit that they really don't want the motherfuckers to find out, like you mentioned the CDC guy coming up, and then the sister you said that they came up missing. So if it's some shit that's going to affect the agenda immediately, yeah, you probably gonna get taken out. If it's some shit that they really is some side shit they ain't really got to worry about, they'll let you speak that shit all day.
That's my point.
But I like the diversions, how they say. I think that Kaepernick situation was a diversion. Because 1 minute we looking at ball shoes. I'm like, what's the dude turned down the contract saying, okay, no, I'm going to make my own shoe.
Baller brand?
Yeah, Baller brand. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, yeah, I don't wear tennis shoes, but let me get some of them, just to support.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, all of this Kaepernick stuff happens. It changes around, and I'm looking at We Buy Black, Recycle My Black Dollars, all this whole movement. Now all of a sudden, guess what? We're going to buy Nikes now. We're going to support them. We're going to get Nikes.
With Nike.
How did that work? Whatever happened to ball?
I'm just saying, if you're not the author of your personal belief system, in other words, I am defined by the degree I earned from school. I am also defined by the neighborhood I came from. I am also defined by the God I believe in. And you're not the author of none of the shit you're defined by. We're going to take that the government orchestrates certain shit off the table.
They do.
Right.
Black ops.
We got to look at how it works. Agendas. When my daughter was born, held her in the air. You're going to go to college. Watch. You're going to start a business. What happened 18 years later? She was in college. That agenda was in place. You see what I'm saying? So now you got people on a major level doing the same things.
Some of the conditioning of putting your kid, sending your kid to college?
I'm just saying projections of, I'm going to put these things in place to make this happen. So if I'm going to make you, I see you guys are making a movement, going in this direction, we got to get you back over here. So I'm going to put some things in place to get y'all to go that way.
All right. You're listening to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Tonight's topic, or today's topic, I should say, shut your mouth and entertain me, boy. A deeper look at freedom of speech for black people in America. Is capitulation part of your ascension? You must bend the knee if you want to rise to the American dream, nigger. Sorry.
Well, if you keep the bullshit going, no. But as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they understood when they found out right at the end that melanated people, or so-called black people, are from this landmass. That's what they were getting ready to spout out. Martin Luther King, exiled in your own land. So when they found that out and they were getting ready to preach that, I got to get you up out of here.
Well, some people would argue that. Some people would say MLK got in trouble when he started banging on the government for the money.
But that's all a part of the whole thing. They found he was that doctrine or that knowledge came out that he understood that this was part of the land, and then how Caucasian people, how the system was set up for them to get paid money from the government, and niggas wasn't. So he was pushing that movement. So was Malcolm. After he came back, they understood that this was the landmass. This is so Noble Drew Ali, all these different people, they understood.
I didn't understand that from any of those two guys. Not from Malcolm or Martin.
They both said it in two speeches. I can look it up for you.
Well, you're gonna have to look up the speech for me, goddammit.
Damn
Shit.
sure will.
And while you're doing that, callers, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Welcome to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. We'd love to hear what you got to say. Caller. Hello? Hell is low, man. Shit, speak up.
Sorry about that, bro. Yeah, this is Josh from Indio, California, Coachella Valley. How y'all doing, fellas?
What's happening, people?
What's up, brother?
Not too much. And I just wanted to say I've been listening to you for a minute. And the rest of the people in the house, I just wanted to give y'all a quick shout-out real quick. I appreciate the knowledge and everything y'all doing.
What up, bro?
Keep it up.
Man, I appreciate you calling, man. Thank you so much, bro.
All right, good looking. Y'all have a good day, fellas.
Good looking, famo. India right there. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo, what's good, man? This is Guillermo from Brooklyn. Can you hear me?
What up, Brooklyn?
Yo, what's good, man? And to the people in the chat room, I'm out of troll, but whatever. Yeah, so I actually agree with that lady when she says shut up and dribble. And this is why I agree with her, because I think LeBron James and Kaepernick, I think a lot of these guys are corporate shills, man. I think when we look at these people, no offense, though, I think it's a little hypocritical to say, you know, we look at religion and we bash it, we get on it, demonize it because of, you know, the idolatry in it, which I agree to an extent. But that same idolatry that we demonize in religion is what we use now to evaluate how far we've come as a people when we look at these stars, right? These people like LeBron James and all that stuff. Maybe he does need to shut up and dribble because he's getting paid by Nike to basically go out there and be a corporate shill. Same thing with Kaepernick, who didn't, you know, he didn't sacrifice anything. You know, this guy was basically out the NFL and took up this, you know, this BS stance. And then even when you look at his commercial, he didn't mention one thing about police brutality. So none of these guys are going to get there. Like you said, they're not going to preach about the law. They're not going to tell you, hey, why don't we just have our own police force and we build up our own money, buy back the block and all that stuff. They're not going to teach you about true entrepreneurship because you're going to get demonized. Look at LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball just got all these people in the G League paid because of his business model with the JBA. And the NBA and all these media people don't talk about it. They demonize him. Bill Cosby, no one talks about him. Now he's a pedophile or a rapist, whatever they want to call him. And this guy was funding black education. He was telling people, hey, if you don't own your stuff, you are basically useless. He was saying that stuff in the 80s, and they demonize him. So the real thing is not you going up there and being emotional and taking a stupid protest and taking a knee or stuff. It's about you funding your people, man. It's you funding your enterprises that your people can thrive off of and building your own community and culture. And we don't have that. So you can cry all you want. LeBron James is going to be praised and look at this because he's just talking. He's not really doing much. And that, like you said, they took the money from other counties and put into his so-called school, which is probably being funded by Nike. And then probably the next 5 or 10 years is going to be filled with a bunch of white kids anyway. So that's all I got to say. I ain't trying to hate on anybody, but I think we need to stop idolizing these people because, you know, we're going to sit there and say, don't idolize Jesus. Let's not do the same thing with LeBron James and Kaepernick who are taking, you know, stances because their Nike sponsors tell them to do so.
Hey, good looking, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the call. Yikes.
LeBron James school is already filled with Caucasians.
But wow, that was just a heavy, man, that was a heavy caller. You're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Speak on it.
Hi, this is Dana calling from the car.
Hi, hey. Dana from the car.
Hello. What I wanted to say, I hear so much about people talking about, oh, Colin didn't do this, he compromised himself and all that. But really, is Colin going to have wind at his back in the form of people? Are people really going to support him? The people that call into these shows and talk about all of this, these are the same people that are looking forward to Christmas. Can you do both?
Ooh. Yes, thank you.
Can you be a revolutionary and really look forward to what's coming next? I mean, we do all of this talk, but can we really be the wind at, you know, someone's back and support them on that grassroots level? I mean, we can look all around the country and see people being compromised and people, you know, dying and being hung and activists on the grassroots level being murdered because of their activism, and they're not even speaking to a lot of people. Of course, Colin was given this information. This person was raised as a white man by white parents who, you know, this is a little bit, you know, crass, but got his knowledge via pussy from someone else that's an immigrant. Wow. That's how he really came into this.
That's the truth. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, I don't expect a whole lot. Okay, he held up the banner for as long as he was going to hold it up. He talked about police brutality. He had some good talking points, but he gave up because there was no wind at his back. Now, would Colin still really be here if white players had kneeled in droves, if black people had really turned away, and the bottom line with the money was really affected?
Yes.
I mean, come on, people. He was given these ideas. We're all given these ideas. How many of us really think out of the box?
Ugh. Keep going, Dana. Keep going in the car.
We're going to capitulate. We're looking forward to Christmas. We're looking forward to vacations. We're saving up money. When we really become revolutionaries and become melanated people that we're supposed to be and step into our true selves, there will be a change. Of course, and when we really, you know, sacrifice. and say, you know, you could kill me, but my son will be better. My grandson will be better. My granddaughter will stand up and take a stand. The mantle, there are no leaders. The mantle could be carried by anybody, but we will move forward. And we're willing to die to do that.
Yikes. Okay. All right.
Ain't it from the car?
Thank you, baby. From the car.
Where the car at?
Jesus.
My car is in Pasadena.
Oh, that's what's up. Zena.
There you go.
Wow. Jesus. She didn't leave no meat on the bone.
I like what she said.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Black men, sometimes, I know, as a child, I knew when I was 8 years old and I stuck that stick in that dirty diaper and I set it on fire, I knew I was doing something wrong. Story time with Zoe. So, there were bees attacking our pit bull, and our idea was to burn the hive. Right? But this is back in the days when I was a kid. You remember when the diapers were plastic?
Man.
So here I am with the bright idea to burn the hive.
The source.
Which is over the carport. In the apartment
And diapers
building.
was like napalm.
So here we are, me, my brother, and my cousins, burning a beehive in defense of our dog. Until we recognized that the plastic droppings had fallen on brush. And then the brush caught on fire, and then the tree, and then the carport. And so we ran. We didn't tell anyone what we had done.
So we ran.
So we ran. And watched the apartment building burn from the...
Oh, snap.
Was Duke okay?
Duke was fine. He was with us watching from afar. So when we came back to the apartment, needless to say, the fire trucks and shit was there putting shit out.
Right.
Nobody got hurt. But soon as we walked up,
they knew y'all niggas.
My sister...
They knew y'all
These niggas did it. There they are.
Knew y'all niggas did
they did it. Listen, I tell this story because part of manhood is reckless. And sometimes it takes a fearlessness and a recklessness to stand up in the face of oppression. The same mindset that caused us to say, you bees don't get to attack our fucking dog. We're going to burn your fucking hive down. The same thought process that led us to that brilliant idea is the same thought process that will lead you to stand up to oppression in your community. Now, this is what you fail to realize. The teachers, the employers, the educators, they are all hip to that energy in you. So then they criminalize that energy. Although in this particular case, that was arson.
That was a criminal act.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, in black men, that shit is stomped on. You get a white man running for president who says, hey, pussies are for grabbing. And it doesn't stop him from becoming the president. You get a white man that can say, there are nice people on both sides. of this conflict. I know that some of them were Klansmen, but they're nice people on both sides. You get to say racist shit. If it was, listen, do you know how fucking squeaky clean Obama was?
He couldn't do shit. He couldn't
even have racist farts.
Nope.
His fart couldn't even say, fuck you, cracker. You know, cracker. No, nigga, you're impeached.
But you're living in white privilege world, so they can't say anything.
But this is the problem. Listen, black men not being able to speak up for themselves is spread to their house.
Yes.
It has. But again, when you talk about Trump, getting Mr. White Privilege and everybody else who and can fall under that, when you say LeBron is activism light or whatever you call it.
I didn't say it.
It's
because listen, let me hit you because you bringing up something really dope. America is the most religious country in the world, meaning it is the most religiously diversified. There are more religions here than anywhere in the world because all religions are accepted here. But America is also the most religiously illiterate country in the world. All the religions are here, but most of the people here don't know shit about not only the other religions,
about their own,
but their own religion. You start grilling a Christian about Christianity, for real. Like for real. You ask the average Christian, what's hermeneutics? Huh? Herman, the nigga down the street? No, hermeneutics. Right? Or what's exegesis? Exodus? No, exegesis. Like, okay, so we're a religiously illiterate country. I say this to say, most things are taken on face value for most Americans because we're not really literate in any particular subject.
Right.
So if shit look good on the surface, then it must be good.
Must be good.
Well, the man opened the school, goddammit. Shit. The fuck you mad about that for?
Right.
Well, first off, questioning something doesn't necessarily mean I'm mad. Right. Go ahead, Kev.
No. So him being in the white privilege world, and he basically is like the Barack Obama in sports. He can't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm. Now he comes out and he does the hands up and he wears the t-shirts and he does all that. But to me, that plays well. That plays well in society. So it's not necessarily like him doing anything that's outside of anything. Even though I applaud him for doing it because nobody else was doing that. But when you assess who LeBron was, I don't think when he did that, he knew it was going to take a hit. His popularity wasn't going to take a hit. Mm-hmm. So when you're in this type of society and you live in that white privilege culture, it's the same culture that allows somebody like Megyn Kelly to think, that when she dresses up like was it Diana Ross? She dressed up like Diana Ross, and in that blackface, that nothing's wrong with that because when she was a kid, nothing was wrong with it. She said, used to dress up in blackface and whiteface when you were a kid, and nothing was wrong with that.
That something's wrong with that.
No, go ahead. No, because I'm gonna talk about where the blackface comes from.
Wait, but something's wrong with that.
But when she dresses up at Diana Ross, is that considered blackface by her dressing up as a character?
Here's the thing. Let's just do it. Let's just like we were talking about earlier today. Let me find out where you from, Megan. Where Megyn Kelly from? Because first and foremost, it's really hard for white people to be in any area of the United States and not understand white privilege or racism. It's really hard.
But it's not.
It's not.
Yes,
they don't.
it's not.
Because they don't understand it now.
It's not.
To this day. They act like it don't exist.
No. Just because they're acting like it doesn't exist doesn't mean they are totally unaware. Look at other white people in other countries looking at America from the outside in.
True.
What the fuck is this? You know what the fuck y'all doing.
But you know, white privilege is a system that was created over here specifically, though. You know that.
If you don't get outside the box, how do you know? White people don't know.
You telling me white people in America, TJ?
Some, not all.
Okay,
some.
Because I'm about to what? Megan is a right wing fucking journalist. She came from a racist organization, which is Fox.
Yes.
You mean to tell me that she had no idea that, okay, I'm going to dress up like, as a little kid, I'm going to dress up. They said, oh, she's from Albany, New York. Okay, cool. You trying to act like, okay. You trying to act like, okay, cool. All right, cool. Now, you trying to tell me, I'm going to dress up as Diana Ross because I love the Supremes. Okay, Megan, let's dress up as Diana. And the moment they start putting the brown foundation on Megan's face, you mean to tell me, maybe Megan don't know as a little kid, but you mean to tell me her mama and her people don't know what the fuck going on? Now, you can't go outside looking like Diana.
This is true.
Because if you do, people gonna see this as You come on, man, stop.
But when those Caucasians, when they're in their little worlds, dude, they don't have any other interactions like that. So they live. So they live in glass towers. They
isolate.
A lot of them are. When you start looking to them, dude, just go look at some of these people who talk about that. There's a MTV did a documentary called White People, and they start talking about. They went around just talking to white. It was an Indian dude who was doing the interviews, and he started going around talking to white people about their privilege. And so they were talking, like, they were asking him, "Do you have you ever interacted with any black?" He's like, "No, I don't really see any black people. Only thing I see is whatever I see on the news or TV, and I don't really watch it that much. So my interactions are only with Caucasian people."
Let me tell you something. If that were true, I'm just. If that were true, there would be no Rolling Stones.
Right.
There would be no white artist. Because when you talk to all the white artists, even during the height of racism, who was the little pedophile white artist that had the red hair? Hot Balls of Fire or Flaming Balls of whatever.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
That motherfucker was a knockoff of who?
Little Richard.
Little Richard.
Right.
Elvis is a knockoff of every great black artist ever.
Right.
Okay, but
so I'm just saying these are all racist.
But you know how I know they know is I'm traveling a lot and I'm always on a plane. Now, when you're getting on the plane, and I'm an A-lister, so I'm like one of the first people to get on, it's like 200 more seats all around me. Why does the white people come and sit next to me? You know why they do that? Because I'm the first black person they get to see, and they got questions. Is this true? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't listen. No,
dude, you got to use your sumbanol in this thing, dude. A lot of Caucasian people don't travel outside their societies and their culture, and now they don't have culture, but outside their little what they deem as their cultures and their communities, and they don't get to meet anybody else. So they live in their little bubbles. They have their little Caucasian bubbles all around America that they don't get out of.
First off,
that's a fact.
First off, I understand what you're trying to etch out here. You could argue the same for certain niggas in Compton.
Yes, I have.
Okay,
they don't get out. They don't interact with any Caucasians.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, using your argument from earlier, talking about social media and the prevalence of that, there's no way in tarnation that these motherfuckers don't. First off, keep tabs on what the fuck we doing.
Keep tabs, nigga. If I'm doing my shit, what the fuck I need to worry about what you doing for? That's just my philosophy right there. But when you're talking about, did she know that she was being wrong when she did blackface? When they were talking about the minstrel, when they did the minstrel thing and the blackface was when the blackface was prevalent, they were trying to be derogatory towards niggas. She was saying in her explanation that she was trying to give praise to Diana Ross. And so how is those two things? If I'm trying to give praise to somebody, if I'm admiring somebody by doing it,
let me tell you how that's,
and I'm not being derogatory.
Let me tell you how that's hogwash. Megan, what's her name? What's
Kelly?
Her name?
Megan Kelly.
Megan Kelly. Let's put it up. Megan
Pull up her
Kelly
blackface.
Watch this. No, let's just do this. No, nigga. Megan Kelly was born November 18th, 1970.
Right.
Blackface is in the 30s. Blackface is in the 20s. Blackface is known, and blackface was already frowned upon. Fucking Bugs Bunny had blackface. And Warner Brothers was smart enough to go, hey, this shit is wrong. This bitch knew better. She was born in 70. That means by 80, she's 10. By 90, she's 20. Stop it.
But again,
she knows.
She doesn't think she's doing blackface because blackface is derogatory towards somebody. She thinks she's giving respect and paying homage to somebody.
No,
by being her. That is what. How you gonna tell what she thinks? What somebody thinks?
No.
And then again, if you're not trying to diss somebody and it's a true expression of admiration for somebody, how can you tell somebody they can't do it?
Okay, she's from Champaign, Illinois. She said Jesus was white.
And Santa Claus.
Santa white.
Yeah.
How's this one?
Souls and all that shit. In 1850 in Spain, this dude wrote this book about Saint Nicholas and Black Peter, who was his helper. And Black Peter was supposed to be like
they still paint their faces black.
They still do, and
in Switzerland,
and wear afros,
and it's considered
right
wrong.
And it was I'm saying where it came from. It was a depiction of a Moor who was supposed to be, because the Moors had ransacked Europe. So that depiction of Saint Nicholas's helper, who they called him, he was supposed to be the evil guy who came in and when you were bad and you did fucked up shit, he fucked you, you stole your presents and he did all this shit to you at Christmas. And so that's who Black Peter was, and that's where blackface comes from, all the way from there, and it trickled on into America.
But I don't know if it comes from there, from Swiss. I don't know
that was the first time somebody, when they saw black. Well, it goes back a little, but that's the celebration of blackface. That was the first time. 1850 is when they did that. When they came from, not Swiss, Spain, not Swiss, Spain.
It's the Swiss,
Spain.
It's either Swiss or Dutch. One of them two.
The Dutch, Holland, the Dutch and Holland, but also in Spain where they do that Moor ceremony. So they dress up, they paint their faces and wear afros too.
The intent of blackface in America is not the same as the Swiss.
Not when it was created.
These motherfuckers, white people, paint their face black in order, because first off, black people are not your court jester. This is why we have to go back to that original statement. Shut up and play. Shut up and play basketball, nigga. Basketball's entertainment. You got it? Shut up and play. Shut up and entertain. Entertainment through blackface for white people was a way to interface safely with the talents of black people.
Yeah.
Meaning, I know that's a white man behind that face,
right.
mimicking what black people do.
Yep. And in Birth of a Nation, they painted their face black, and when they raped all the women, the white women, and all that shit.
What I'm saying, for her to be so consistent in her whiteness, it's hard for me to believe she's unaware. She's unaware that blackface is disrespectful.
But I don't know if she thought it was blackface, other than she probably just thought, I'm just trying to be like this person who I like, Diana Ross. I'm just trying to be Diana Ross. She's not thinking.
She was born in 70, homeboy.
But that don't mean that you know for sure because she's born in 70 that she know when she's doing this, I'm going to put on blackface and I'm about to disrespect black people.
So you mean this woman who is not racist then, according to your definition?
I'm not saying she's not racist. I'm saying when she put on the costume, she was admiring Diana Ross.
What I'm saying is the motherfucker racist or no?
If you're trying, if
she's not racist, going by what you're painting here, she didn't know. I'm just saying, let's say she didn't know. Let's say Megan ain't racist. How she wind up at Fox?
Right. Isn't that a part of the application process? You have to be racist.
Is it a part of the application process?
Do you like niggas or not?
You're not racist.
So what you're telling me is that because if you're anybody who works at Fox, or if you say some racist things, that you can't admire black people?
Okay, well, let's do it another way. Have you heard inspiration for black people coming out of Fox News?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, I watch Fox News all the time.
Give us an example.
Recently?
You say recently?
Recently, last couple of years?
I'm just saying. Saying.
No,
can you?
No, they do. Fox will have their motherfuckers on there, and then they'll have the one dissenting argument, the person who will be in there. So they do that. They do that a lot, but that's so usually they can beat up on the dissenting argument, the person with the dissenting argument. But there are people that are on there who are like that. Like there's Shep something. There's one of the anchors. His name is Shep something. I forgot his name, but he does that. He talks about that like that all the time. So I'm just saying, just because you say some racist stuff all the time, and you may have some racist views and all this and that, doesn't mean that you can't admire black people. that don't mean that.
First off, admiration and envy go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. First off, you can't say I'm looking like Diana Ross. Diana Ross was light skinned. Diana Ross ain't
yeah, and Megyn Kelly didn't paint herself black. She just got a tan. Her picture, if you look at her picture, she's like a tan. That's really what she did. All she did is really got a spray tan.
Oh, God.
And put on this afro, and they start tripping on her. She didn't paint her face all black like a church shoe.
We want to open up the phone lines. We want to open up the phone lines right now.
I don't give a fuck.
We want to open up the phone lines. We want to know what you guys think of our arguments here. Please call in and share your opinion. Do you agree with Zoe?
Can't be Superman now.
Do you agree with Kev? The number to dial is 323-230.
No, my overall point is
44,
do what the fuck
45.
and fuck what people think.
Wait,
that's my overall point.
Let me get his number, man. 323
black or white
230 44 45. Now, Megyn Kelly replaced a sister.
Tamron Hall, fine ass.
If Tamron did whiteface and said she was admiring Elizabeth Taylor.
Right.
Well, what if she dressed up like Tina Marie? Would that be wrong?
Well, Tina Marie was a black-white girl. Okay, never mind. Callers, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Welcome to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Speak on it.
Yo, what up, Zoe? Hey, this is Bravo.
Bravo, what's happening? Where you calling from, man?
Yo, man, I'm in H-Town right now. I'm at the job, so I got to whisper in this cubicle. But
exactly. You can't speak up in there.
You already know. Congratulations. But look.
You say congratulations.
You know, you say something, man. You say lost people get used up. And we all lost. That's what I noticed, number one. Everybody lost. Nobody know where to turn. And part of that is because, from what I noticed, whether it's entertainment or whether it's just education, we stand next to anybody getting a check. And my example of that is, I'm a big fan of Corey Holcomb. I'm 5150, right? Straight up. But I notice he stands next to Charlemagne. Charlemagne is problematic for me. But I'm lost because listening to Charlemagne, I know how to decide for myself what he says and what's good for me to listen to. But then there's like Boyce Watkins, problematic. Good information, but confusing. Then there's Tariq Nasheed. Tell me don't vote. problematic, but makes a lot of sense. So I end up lost. And then at the end of the day, I spread that information to the homies. They lost. We spread it to another homie. They lost. Then we all just stand next to an entertainer like Kevin Hart, who shows up to the Super Bowl, while we also trying to stand next to Kaepernick, who's telling us to boycott in one way or another. We getting used up. We lost. Simple as that, man. I just want to comment that.
Thank you, brother, and I'll address that. You know, he got to go back to work. Shit.
Okay. Supervisor coming.
I'll address that. Here's the thing. Fuck what anybody say.
My overall fucking point.
Go do the research.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of good things coming out of everybody's mouth, but none of it is 100% correct. Even my own shit. Go do your own research.
Yep.
You lost because you haven't struck out on your own journey.
That's right.
See, the moment your nuts drop, listen, man.
Toilet water.
Listen.
Toilet water balls.
Listen. Ask yourself a question. How did it feel when you got your own place for the first time as a man? Away from your mama.
Awesome.
You see, when you strike out on your own shit in pursuit of your purpose, nuts stretch out. Your nuts just
get the breathing.
Your nuts just what the fuck?
Doing some hit exercises.
I'm telling you, your nuts expand. Like, what the? Your nuts got room.
Incredible Hulk nuts.
See, your nuts ain't got no room under other people's rule.
That's true.
Your nuts is in a bound up, bunched up, stanky, unwashed pair of drawers. Social drawers.
Social drawers.
She said, oh, I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm standing next to somebody. Fuck all that. Stand next to yourself. The only way to stand next to yourself is to be in alignment with your purpose.
That's right.
When you get in alignment with your purpose, you find that your nuts have a mind of their own. Your nuts start. I'm telling you, your nuts are a part of the decision-making process of your life.
No doubt.
Your nuts will talk to you about your relationships. Your nuts will be like, hey, this bitch right here crazy. Don't fuck with this bitch no more. She don't mean you no good. She ain't down for us, man.
Your nuts.
Your nuts.
But you got to have a starting point.
Listen,
have some kind of positive starting point to say, I'm going to run with this.
No. That's all in being able to find out your purpose. Your purpose is your starting point. Your purpose is not your end point. When the moment somebody discover what the fuck it is they supposed to be doing, they start doing it.
Yep.
Period.
Okay, let's look at it like this.
Like, for instance, what you do, monetizing gentrification. The moment you figured out, hey, wait a minute, there's some money there. There's opportunity there, and I know how to take advantage of it. You was off to the races, yes or no?
Agreed.
Purpose. Purpose starts with recognition. You have to recognize what it is first. That's the starting point. The starting point isn't your first check from your purpose. See, you got to cultivate what the fuck that is first.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
This is what I'm saying. A lot of times with a lot of young men listening to this brother right here talking about standing next to someone or we lost. You only lost because you're a follower.
That's right.
Yes. Okay.
See, that's how you get lost is following.
Yeah.
A motherfucker blazing trails ain't on a path. He's creating a path. See the difference?
And so you'll love this. The true meaning of the word gangster is one who's on the journey.
Here we go.
One who's on the path.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Now, you want to say some shit? Now, I hope you got some shit that can follow up to that level.
That's the etymology
I'm waiting.
Of gangster.
Because this is what we're talking about over here.
But when these young people growing up, they got 70% of the people they see is crack dealers. 20% is pimps. And then they got like one person over there that's a business owner. They like got a decision to make. Which direction do I want to go? These crack dealers is like, here, let me hook you up. The car thief guys is like, let me show you how to do this. You can always make money. And then you got this guy over here saying, yes, I know it's a little higher, but you got to make a decision.
Right.
He don't go to jail, though. So I had to figure that out for myself. And a lot of people are in that situation, like Brother said. He's obviously in search of. That's why he talked about Boyce Watkins. That's why he's talking about different people. They're searching. Which way can I go to get out of this cubicle?
No.
Yes.
Let me tell you about searching. Searching is an illusion, people. Especially when it's outside yourself.
Yep.
All spiritual pundits of all universes know this.
Yep.
Nigga, you don't get, back to purpose, you don't get no real concrete answers until they start coming from within.
Yep. Start being quiet.
That's purpose.
Listening to yourself.
That's purpose. Using TJ's example, 70% of the people I see are crack dealers. 20% of the people I see are dope dealers. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3% of the people I see are business owners. Guess what that is? That's conformity. Which one of these motherfuckers I want to be like? Yep. That's conformity. Yep. That's finding which one I'm going to mold myself to be.
Oh yeah, he look cool. Let me do what the fuck he doing.
The answers for your life come from within your spirit, come from within your being. That's how you discover your purpose. You got a purpose.
Right.
I know goddamn well I got a purpose. Right. So why are we talking about models of imitation? 70% of the people I see are like this. 20% of the people I see are like that. 1% of the... Fuck that.
What's bringing in the largest numbers that young people want to be like today? Rappers.
Numbers don't count. The rappers are a lie. You know why? Rappers, NBA, NFL, it's all a lie. First and foremost, understand this. You want to go to the NBA? Every year they take 40 niggas from America.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
They don't know that.
All right. Cool.
They don't know them.
So say here we go. Every year they take 40 motherfuckers. They actually take 60, but 20 come from outside of the country. They take 40. First off, we're not even finna get into the element of the dream. You know how committed to the dream you gotta be?
Man.
All right. Now, fuck the dream, go to the work ethic. Do you know how sick your work ethic gotta be? Okay, cool. All right. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are all examples of the lie because they promote the rap artist. They promote the NBA guy, the NFL guy, the MLB guy. They promote those guys to say, see, you guys can make it into wealth world. But what you're not seeing is 2.6% of the nation's wealth is in the hands of niggas. 90% is in the hands of white people. 15% of 80 million white households are millionaire households. 15% of the white race in America are millionaires. You can't say that about black America. Well, we got 1.7 trillion that we spend. We're a disaggregate people. Yep. That 1.7 million is not collective.
Going all over the place.
And when you talk about white people spending annually, it's 8 to 10 trillion. It's so much motherfucking money. They're not even mentioning how much they spend every year.
Like, nigga, your little puny $1 trillion.
So it's like, come on. Who you standing next to? Why you lost? Because you're not on your path.
You are God, bro.
You're on the path of somebody else. Does that mean you can't learn from other people? No. But like Bruce Lee said, this is the motherfucker who created MMA. Like Bruce Lee said, take a piece of all that shit, but only the pieces that work for you. So if Boyce says something that's dope, that makes sense, that resonates to your spirit, yoink, incorporate it. If TJ say some shit that makes sense, that resonates to your spirit,
bring it on in.
Yoink. If Kev, me, Tariq, Umar, anybody out there said, because one thing's for sure, none of us is going to say 100% unadulterated blue magic
that you need.
Truth.
Yeah, this shit. Yeah.
But you know what I look at? I do a lot of school stuff, career days with the young people. College expos, panel discussions, come in and talk about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Why is teachers thanking me for coming, saying, I've been here for 25 years. You're the first black person that ever came in here and said, you're a business owner. You can do a business. They're like, we get firefighters, police officers, DAs, and this is the basics.
Right.
So these kids at the end of the day, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Firefighter.
A firefighter. I want to be a police officer. Why do you want to be that? Because these are the people that's been coming into my school for the last 12 years for career day.
Man, listen, I love you, brother. And I love what you do. But I have to be honest with you. You know, that model is old. Like, that model is old. It's an old model. Why? It's the same reason why education is going the way of the dodo.
Right. Agree.
See, your model is skill set based. That's your model. Right?
Trademan.
Trade based. Skill based. Any skill that a human can do is being replaced by machines.
Robot, computers.
We talked about this on the island.
We got to go ahead.
This is real. We are living in this part of the world. It's called Industry 4.0. This is the fourth time industry has changed and been transformed by technology.
They're on a mission to automate.
I don't need a slave anymore once the cotton gin is here. The fuck am I going to do with a bunch of niggas? Well, the cotton gin is here. Enough for niggas.
I gotta say, I disagree with that part about my trade. My background is I'm a celebrity car builder. There's no computer that's going to be driving down the highway and say, that's a rag 59 sitting in that up under that haystack over there.
So you're an artist,
and I'm gonna gut that out and cut all the rust out. And
but see, this is what I'm saying. But see what it's gonna take. This is what I'm saying, or how we disagree. Have you ever read this book right here?
Yes. What's wrong? Oh,
this book.
No. Go ahead.
By Daniel H. Pink. It's basically saying what the fuck you saying.
What's the name of the book?
Daniel H. Pink, A Whole New Mind. Why right-brainers will rule the future. It ain't got shit to do with labor or skill. It has to do with creativity.
Intellectual properties.
That's where we're going, bro. Get out there and pull that engine out the car. That shit is over.
I think what he's saying, he's an artist. He's an artist.
What did I just say? I just said, have you ever read this book?
Right.
You guys are saying the same thing.
A computer is never going to decide, I think that Escalade front end on that 2018 will fit on that 99.
Wrong.
I'm going to make a few modifications.
Yes, a computer. Yes,
algorithm.
I'm going to figure. I think that them 30s.
Yes,
it's going to fit on that 2018.
TJ, a computer will do that for sure.
They probably got them today.
Why? You know why? Listen, do you not understand that automation and technology is watching what the fuck you do?
I agree.
Nigga, you better be somewhere right now trying to program this, trying to create this software.
Yep.
Because if you don't, Chevy will.
Yep.
This one nigga that used to build lowriders didn't take advantage.
It's called evolving.
But that's the point I'm trying to say. You can't say, let's go work with your hands in a time of working with your mind through interfacing with computers. This is where we are, Industry 4.0. By 2020, they're saying 5% of the workforce will lose their jobs to automation.
Plus,
the shit already happened in Detroit. If you're looking at Detroit, this shit happened in the 80s and 90s. Soon as them robotic arms came through, okay, niggas, thanks for putting the seats in. We've got this now.
But we need them people to have the trades, because the person that's with that trade is going to be the one to say, I think I can figure out a better way to make this mic swivel. And I'm going to make that.
Listen, the shit sounds cute and all.
That's what makes billionaires.
But you have to understand why they would do that. Listen, humans get sick, have families, and make mistakes. Computers don't. They don't have families, they don't get sick, and they don't make mistakes.
And they're not creative.
But the humans who program them are. Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
That's the new field. The new field, it's not building your own car. You could do it for yourself. I really enjoy building handmade cars. Well, great.
It's creating an algorithm that builds the cars.
Mm-hmm.
You program that, put that algorithm into the machine does everything you. And so, like you said, if somebody like you, on the creative tip, you got with somebody, you can program your type of creativity within that algorithm, and the computer,
and next thing you know,
would make it just like how
it's the computer
yep.
with TJ's eye going.
Yep.
Buick bumper could fit on this.
That's exactly what happens.
It's that intellectual property that's the value. I'm the one that says, wow, that 2018 Escalade has that feature that shines the Cadillac symbol on the ground.
Listen.
I'm going to put that on my 89 Cadillac.
I'm going to say it again. You might have an island here where you got your little shit working right. I'm going to tell you, look at that island like it's an orange. You better squeeze every drop of juice out that bitch you can, because it's going to dry up. Because
I disagree with that.
Because technology is going in a different direction. Let me give you this example.
Especially when blockchain comes.
In the book, A Whole New Mind, this was written in 2006. Daniel H. Pink used to be a speechwriter for Bill Clinton. A Whole New Mind, why right-brainers, creative motherfuckers will rule the future. Intellectual property is not physical property. Right? You'll have to understand the difference between somebody with an MFA and an MBA and the value of achieving one or the other. Back in the day, an MBA, Masters of Business Arts, had more value than an MFA, Masters of Fine Arts. The creative mind is taking over this movement now.
That's right.
Not the mind that's over there with the wrench.
But when you understand, I disagree with that.
It's the creative mind. Listen to what I'm saying.
I understand what he's saying.
Wait, I'm not done here.
Yeah.
I'm not done here. Jobs that used to be labor-based used to be considered white-collar jobs. Excuse me, blue-collar. No, white-collar. Blue-collar is the lower. Right? Now, thought workers or knowledge workers are considered blue-collar when they used to be considered white-collar. That's just the movement of technology moving us along, saying what used to be in your head used to be valuable, but now I can program what's in your head into a computer and it's more efficient than you.
Let me make it simple. Y'all seen the brother on Facebook who is fixing the Teslas? They call him the Frankenstein. He takes rectangles and nails them and put them back together. Where Teslas, they throw it away. So this computer has gotten to the point where the prices are so high that most people can't afford to drive a Tesla, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari. But a brother comes out and says, you know what? I'm going to restore this Tesla and build it myself.
Well,
and hold on real quick.
Well, let him finish this.
And all of a
need
sudden,
to hear this.
All of a sudden, it opens up a door and says, he opens up some doors and some ideas in my head and let me know that there are no Tesla repair shops around the country. he's in position to be the first one. So if there's no Tesla repair shops, aftermarket outside of Tesla, and he's the first one, and he franchises this information at an affordable price, he's going to be a billionaire, hands down, instantly.
Okay, so I can fuck with you.
The renter.
So you telling me, you telling me you're the Dapper Dan of cars.
Bigger than that, yes.
Well, I understand.
No, it's not bigger. Not bigger.
Doing it.
You're the Dapper Dan of cars.
But there are people. There are people like that.
You guys remember Dapper Dan?
Yeah. Come on,
right?
now. Come on now.
Dapper Dan took all that fly shit from Gucci and from all these other people and kind of copyright infringed their shit by creating his own styles.
Right.
Now, let me just say this. I mean, no offense. I fuck with niggas and all. 100. But I'm going to tell you right now. If I get the remix Tesla from you.
That's fucked up.
I gotta get.
I'm about to say something for you. I'm about to say something on your side.
Go ahead.
No, let me finish. Because if I get the remix Tesla from you, or the remix Porsche, or the remix Lamborghini, that shit better be 150 times better than the motherfuckers who originally make it, or I'm gonna be pissed.
Okay. West Coast Customs have become the super hugest motherfucking company in the fucking, and based off, off what is it? What was that? What was that? Pimp My Ride.
Right.
So I understand he's an artist. He's like, I don't just build. I'm an artist, and what will come to my mind to build this car? Most computers can't do it. Now I saw a dude that was on Discovery Channel, kind of like you. This motherfucker started building cars in his garage, just fucking around, throwing shit together. And he was an artist, but he saw cars in a different way. Now this motherfucker, each one of his cars are minimum $250,000 a piece. So he makes them for the elite. So I understand what you're saying. There is a market for that.
Will always
what you're talking about.
Eat very well.
I'm just gonna tell you like this. I get a car.
Hey,
I know. I just got to keep it 100.
What?
Hey, listen. I get a car, and your number changed, nigga.
Check this out, though. Check this out, though. There's over 10 million lowriders worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say 80% of them feel like you do. But guess what? That other 20 makes my bank account look real nice. You know what I'm saying? And I know stay away from the ZOWHAT guy.
Wait a minute. I thought you was going to make a good point. You made a soft point.
I don't want to get kicked off the show.
I thought you was going to make a good point.
I'm starting to feel like the black guy in the room. Hold on.
I thought you was going to make a... Because my thing is, fuck just going for the numbers. Go for the quality. You got to look... Listen, you got to look at our history with each other, too. Do we do solid business with each other most of the time?
Talking about nigga shit. Nigga shit.
Like, motherfuckers be trying to jump right to an answer without reconciling the problems. We got to reconcile problems first. You think black people just got to gain the trust of white people? No. Black people still got to gain the trust of black people, too.
No doubt.
I'm finna go buy the super Tesla from a nigga that don't work for Tesla.
No. What? Let me tell you how this works.
We got to reestablish our respect for each other as business owner and consumer, too.
This is how this goes. Years, Cat said, I just sat back and watched you building all them cars. I didn't think that shit was going to work. But about year 7, I said, you know what? I'm a dumb motherfucker. I'm still out here going to the dealer when I could be over here with you getting a discount. Because you making a killing selling these discounted Teslas. Mock my words. That's how that works. Listen. If that brother break ground and be the first Tesla repair dealer.
Listen, I'm not saying that's not a bad thing. What I'm saying is we first have to establish credibility.
Well, that's not my reality. People look at me and like, these cats shop with TJ.
Wait a minute. You saying, first off, the people who shop with you because you're credible to them.
Hey, I wasn't, put it like this.
So what the fuck is you talking about? It's like you want to disagree just to disagree.
No. I put myself in a position to where I had no competition. I was the only brother who was doing this type of stuff.
But just because you're the only brother doesn't mean you haven't established credibility with the people who fuck with you. They're not fucking with you. But you the only one. They saying,
yeah, they was.
I'm fucking with you because not only are you the only one, but the shit you doing is good work.
You do great work.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, trust me, yeah. If a wheel fell off, nigga, after they rolled off, they wouldn't they wouldn't coming back to your ass.
We changing the conversation.
No, we not.
We started off with the trades being replaced. Card people are never going to be replaced when it comes down to their creativity, when it comes down to affordability, because if we let these shops continue, like right now, they pulled all the auto mechanic classes out of the schools.
They did that.
They pulled all the auto body classes out of the schools.
Damn.
Now, when I was in the game building cars, it will take 3 months to get a car painted. Now, people saying my car's in car prison.
Damn.
It's been on lockdown for 4 years.
You can't take auto shop in school no more?
No. Hold on. I just helped to get it back into Centennial High School. And shout out to Centennial for putting it back.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Heavily well funded. And they realize our people ain't getting jobs, so we got to teach them something else.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Again. Jobs. First off.
Jobs. Yeah, there it is. That word, jobs.
Gosh. Do you not know that technology is held back in order to keep jobs in the economy? Do you know we're 100 years behind in technology in terms of what they're going to release?
Yep.
I agree.
Shit that we've been doing technologically for 100 years.
Yep.
Well, let's hold
Cars that
on
run
to
on
that.
water.
Because if we release this technology, whole sectors of the economy, of the workforce, will be laid to waste.
In the 70s, they had a car that could run 1,000 miles on a gallon of water, and they put that shit up in the vault.
That's the guy that's the guy that sold it, got all that money, and decided to commit suicide.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Let's get a caller in here. Caller, welcome to the ZOWHAT show. Speak on.
Hey, what's good?
What's happening?
Ain't not much, man. I love this topic that y'all got going on, man. Hey, to get in your point about the jobs being replaced. Oh, by the way, this is Chaz from Houston, y'all.
What up, Chaz from Houston?
Texas in there.
Yeah, hey, I agree 100%, 1,000% with Zoe with these jobs being replaced by technology. A lot of people said that we weren't going to have, things like airplanes, and look, we're just guzzling just jet fuel and just to have these. I live right by the airport. Planes pass over my house every single day. You're looking at rooms the airplane is in it. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at technology, man, science fiction there's no difference between science fiction and advanced science and just science in general. There's no difference. Whatever science fiction is, usually, when societies are in a good place, they can put together these types of jobs. The problem is the masses of the people right now, they're not in a place where they can creatively think of these jobs. There's only a small collective few people that are on this type of science and that are putting this stuff together, and they're contracted by the government. They're looked at as assets by the government. Everybody else, all those other jobs are customer service-based jobs. So, yeah, you might be able to take care of a whole bunch of customers, if they're buying cars. But if you're also destroying the world and the planet because you're burning, fuel into the atmosphere, instead of having a public system where it's safe for the environment and it's convenient for everybody to use, like, those megaliths that you can basically build on those buildings that they have in Asia, where they go side to side, up and down, things like that.
Hey, brother, listen, we at the end of the show, man, and we got to run, but you made some great points, man. I appreciate you for that.
I appreciate you for having me on.
So let me just say this, because we're at the end of the show. Brother made the point already. Point is already made. Technology is replacing niggas. And I know niggas don't want to hear that shit. I know. But it's fine.
No, it's true.
I know technology is replacing folk.
Put yourself in.
There's a reason. You mentioned Tesla. The owner of Tesla, Elon Musk.
You stepped out.
The owner of Facebook, and all these world-class ballers are saying the same shit. We need something called UBI, Universal Basic Income. It's too many people on planet Earth for everybody to have a fucking job. So what the fuck are they going to do? Let's just give them a monthly stipend to pay their fucking bills and eat shit and die. Not everybody get a job. I'm gonna teach you how to. No, that shit's about to be over. All right, listen. The So What Morning Show. We don't have all the motherfucking answers. I always say that we don't have all the answers. Shit, you might not be able to extrapolate one answer from us, but what we have been able to do and what we're pretty good at is that we know how to start the conversation. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm Zoe Williams. The So What Morning Show is here once a week on Dash Talk X, Mondays, 11 to 1 p.m. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm out. Peace.